welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Talk Photography. I am your host, Robert Silver, and this week I have a very, very special guest with me. Yes, it's not just my coffee that has got me excited, it is my guest because he's awesome. I've been following for a while. And before we get to that, let's get this intro going, shall we? Yes. So, as I said, I have a very special guest. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another weekly episode of Let's Talk Photography. I am your host, Robert Silver. And as I said, I have a very special guest. But before we get to that, let's get all the minutiae out the way, shall we? If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Facebook at Robert Silver Photography. I am also on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography. And guess what? I'm on TikTok. That's right. Me, China, and everybody else. We're all on TikTok at Robert Silver Photography. And yes, I'm hanging out with Elon Musk on Twitter at Rob Silver Photog. Make sure you go ahead and follow because the best part about following me is it's free. So go ahead and go do that. But before you go do that, smash that like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It would be greatly appreciated. Trying to do 10K on the way, baby. So make sure you go ahead and do that. For anyone looking to improve their photography, go ahead and check out all of my online and upcoming in-person photography workshops over at robertsilverphotography.com. Okay, .com, baby. So, now one of the best ways to support what I have going on here, which is ultimately to help you become better photographers or at least inspired to take out your camera and shoot, is to support this channel. Now, the best way to do that, honestly, I think I'm a little biased, but I get it, is right there at Patreon. That's right. I have a Patreon where I upload daily educational photography content. And yes, I answer questions if you have any. That's the best place to do it at patreon.com/Robert Silver Photography. Okay. So go ahead over there. You know what to do. It only starts at $5. All right. That's one cup of coffee a month for 30 days of me. So there you go. I think that's a win-win-win. Or maybe it's not. Okay. You be the judge. Now, let's see here. We do have. Oh, you know what? I want to introduce my guest before we get to the photography news. Okay. Before we get to the photography news. All right. We have, hold on, remember last week I said I had to add a new sound effect. And tonight is the night. I get to add my sound effects. So we have the one, the only Vahagraphy. Oh, here he goes. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's good, guys? How are you, Robert?
I am good, my man. Let me turn on these titles. Can you believe it? I'm already sweating with this Nike hat and hoodie on. Looking like a madman, but I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having me, man.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with my viewers and your viewers. And for those that don't know, this is the first time I'm using this special feature that live stream. Shout out to live stream right there. And they have this new thing where we're able to collaborate on live streams and send it out to both of our channels. I think it's absolutely amazing and super helpful for us creatives, you know. And I mean, what do you think about it, Vahagraphy? What are you thinking?
Dude, I love it. This is rock and roll,
Right
man.
up. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And
Hey,
you know, that's the tag that I always remember you saying is like, you're a rock and roll photographer. I love it. I love it, man.
yeah, I this is a treat for me because I'm usually like hosting these live streams,
Mhm.
but when I'm a guest, it's so great. It's so easy. I mean, it's great, you know. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh,
I'm
no.
happy to be here.
Thank you for accepting. I know you've climbed and you're moving in an upward trajectory. I respect your grind, super consistent, and you're authentic. And that's what I want to have on the show and bring to my viewers. And I'm sure that's why your viewers continue to follow and support you. So shout out to you. Okay. That's a little bit of something for you right there, brother. Okay.
Thank
And
you.
I told you I got sound effects, man. I that's it right there.
Dude, you got
Um,
it going on, man. You got this live stream thing going on. It's awesome. And
thank
I
you.
just want to say hello to everybody streaming in now. I see you guys. So hey,
Yes, yes, we have tons of comments. Let's go ahead before I get to the photography news. There's a couple of things I want to mention. I'm sure we've all heard about, especially you. But let's get to some of this here comments. All right, let's start from the tippity top. Vic comes in, rock and roll. You already know who that's for. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm gonna give that a Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah!
Okay. So
that's
that's
cool.
that. And then we have Mose Man. There we go, brother. All
No,
right.
no, 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 no. It's
Oh,
Mossman.
Maz,
Yeah,
man.
he's a
Okay,
friend of mine.
correction. Thank you for correcting me right there.
Yeah.
And we have Jesse Flint. Yo, hey,
Oh yeah!
that's what I'm talking about. These are folks I'm sure you know because I could tell it's giving me a signature here that lets me know that it's coming from you. And then we have drunk wedding photographer. What? Okay, but just make sure it's off the clock. Okay, the drunk photog in the house. Ha ha.
Oh
That's what
yeah!
I'm talking about. I like that. I like people with character, you know? And then we have uh-oh, you're gonna have to help me out. Rabid Nemo. I've got the Z 85 1.8, thinking of trading up to the 1.2. Think it's worth it. All right. I love this question. Let's go to town. What are you thinking, brother?
Dude, heck yeah, it is, man. I have the 51.2 and the 51.8, and big difference. Both lenses. Both lenses are phenomenal. But yeah, it is worth. I mean, I haven't received mine yet, which I will have.
Mhm.
But heck yeah, it's worth it. I mean, if you're doing portrait photography, well, I can talk about this all day. But I
Well,
think it is.
hey,
But it depends on Rabbit. It depends on what you're doing with it.
mm, mm.
So
I agree. It depends what you're doing. If you're doing landscapes all day, it's really not going to be the most. You're not going to see a huge difference. But for sure, portraits, um, low light condition situations like natural light photography, wedding receptions, etc. 100%. I have the 51 too as well. Of course, I was geeking out over the 85, and yes. So there are 2 questions I ask whenever I look at new gear. Okay, forgive me, Vahagn. I'm just gonna jump in like this. Um,
yeah.
is what I'm doing I mean, is that new piece of gear does it do something my current piece of gear doesn't do for me? And will my clients notice? Otherwise, you're just getting into gas mode, gas
Mhm.
gear acquisition syndrome, right? But if it answers those 2 things, then it's worth the purchase. So, and as what Vahagraphy was saying and what I was saying, if it's giving you better low light performance, a faster lens, ability to keep your ISO down more, then that's a win. And if that's the case, it justifies your purchase. And then you at least could tell the photography gods, I deserve this. And then go ahead and buy it and smile.
For me, it's two things. Number one,
Mhm.
the look
Ooh.
of the 1.2, wide
Oh,
open. The look is well, I can reference the 51.2 because I have that lens. The look of the 1.2 wide open, you can see that look. Number two, justify buying it. Is it worth it?
mm.
Um, Depends on your financial situation, guys. If you're making money with photography, if because look, honestly, a lot of times, you can get by with the 85-1.8, amazing lens. It does the job, and I think you can
Oh, yeah.
do your work with that. But do you want it or do you need it? I think it's more of a
Mm.
want and that look. So
100%. I agree 100%. So I hope that helps you, Rabbit Nemo. Let's move to the next one. We're getting these comments here like a rainfall.
by
Uh,
the way, that wanted needed comment is that's Chuck saying AP Studios right there. He says that he kind of coined that phrase. So
okay. All right. Shout out to hold on. Shout out to AP Studios for that quote. And then we have Amayak. Oh shoot, I'm good.
Amayak
Uh,
Urumyan. Hey, what's
hey,
happening,
hey.
brother? He's Armenian. Pare
Okay.
vonses.
Copy that.
Amariak vonses.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We got you loud and clear, man. Oh, look who's in the house. Look at that. We have TMIDD Dizzle.
Timid.
Rabbit Nemo, without a doubt, he comes in. There you go. And then we have J Rod Photo Art. Hello from Maryland. Oh, dope. That's what's up. There you go. And then we have I appreciate that. J Rod. I wish I had a cool names where I can like bust down initials. That would have been awesome. It's just R Silver. That's not getting anything. That won't get me into the club. Then we have J Rod coming back. Just hit that sub. There you go. I hope you hit both our subs. What are you doing? I'm gonna see you hit both of them, okay? And then we have say that again, Vahagraphy. Say it how
All right, here we go.
there we go.
Mossman.
There we go. There we go. He says, "Hey James." There you go. He knows somebody's probably J
Oh,
Rod.
that's J Rod.
Copy
James.
that. And then we have, "Hello, my friend." Look at we got a whole community action going on. And then we have Amayak back in the house. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. You know it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
You already know it. And then Yo Maz. Oh, see, everybody's just saying hi. Here's Pi. He's a follower of you. And he told me about some videos he liked of yours. So shout out to Pi. He's also one of my Patreons. So you know what, whenever I get a Patreon member, I have to hold on, get a special effect for my Patreon members out here. Okay. Let me see. Where is yeah.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
So that's for my Patreon members because they help me get that money, which means I can make better content for them. All right, moving right along. And then we have Agnetha. Wow, Vahagn is live. You already know it. That's fine. Okay, this is not an act. Okay, this is not green screen here or AI. AP Studios. Look at that. Small world. I made it. Hello, everyone. Hey, what's going on? And then we have Cooley. My Midwest follower over there. Hey, how did you get started? Okay, we're gonna get to that. Actually, we're gonna get to that. Trust and believe it. We're gonna get to that. We got we got a lot of comments. I don't know if I can keep up with this and get the show going. So we may have to figure this out. Quite honestly. And Michael says, "Hey boys," and then we got Hank over here. Hey brother Vahagn. There we go. And then are some of these names familiar to you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go. And Hank comes back and he says, 85 is shipped today from B&H. Ayo. That's actually really dope. That's a win for you. And then J-Rod comes in. If you are inside with lots of light, there may not be a difference between 1.8 and the 1.2, except the compression, separation, bokeh. There are some significant things. And again, you're going to be able to keep your ISO a little bit lower for longer than a 1.8. Go ahead.
Hey, James, are you trying to justify not buying it?
Oh, I think he's. Oh shoot!
He's trying to talk himself out of it. Should I spend $3,000 or not?
You know what? I said this. I went through the same argument in my mind too. I was like, look, the 50, that was a particular price, but wow, $3,000. I don't know. That makes me think for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. But I would love to have it. I don't care about the weight. Al says hi, and then we have Rabbit Nebo back. Bit of a jack of all trades, but expanding my portrait photography game. That's what I'm talking about. Step it up. There's still money to be made before AI takes over. AP Studios, there is only one question. Do I want it? Ooh, that's philosophical right there. I think we all want it. Let's be honest. No, what do you think, Vahagraphy? Are you looking at that lens?
Oh yeah. And AP Chuck, AP Studios, he's getting his tomorrow. It's being delivered to his house. He's in Connecticut.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give another round right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's phenomenal. And all Z Glass is worth it, 100%. I agree, absolutely. And then, of course, he's laughing at us, or at least me, or somebody around here, and laugh him.
No, that means love him. Like I said, Vontes in Armin, that means hello. How are you?
Oh, is that what it is?
He's like,
Okay,
I'm good. Yeah.
No, how do I say that? I want to make sure I learn.
Love him. Love him.
Ooh.
Love him.
Love him. There we go, everybody. Look at that. You're never too old to learn something new. And then, so when I come see you down there, that's the first thing I'm going to try to remember to say to you, brother, right there. Chuck, why are you not on the show? Well, I mean, technically you could, but we'd have to just send him a link, really. This is gonna take forever to get through all these, so we're gonna take a pause right there, okay? I have some questions to ask, and I want to get to them, quite honestly. Let me see. Take
If you
that.
want, you can send him a link. I think he's all ready to stream. He streams two a week. He's
Okay,
cool.
let's do this. Let's get the questions I have for you out
Sure.
of the way, and then
Sure.
we'll open a discussion. Of course, that's what I like. I rather have it full of people talking photography. All right, so let's talk. I have the news segment. I want to get out of the way. Okay.
Yep.
Where is my stuff here? All right. So, all right, you like that there, brother? All right. So, first thing is, okay, I know about 2 days ago, it was announced that Review closed or is closing by April 10th, which is crazy. Let me just pull that up real quick cuz for those that have been living underneath a rock, um I think this is it right here. Boom. Cool. All right. So, where is that DP review? There we go. All right. So DP Review is closing its door, right? For 25 years, they've been the leading um, resource for photography, whether it be lens reviews, tips, tricks, and everything else. And their parent company was Amazon, for those that didn't know, okay, which is a big fat L, okay? And that's probably why things happened the way they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you think when you initially heard this unfortunate news?
Well, number one, they've been a pillar in the community for a long time, ever since the beginning, probably. You gotta respect DP Review. I like the guys on there. Well, the channel, right, and then the forums, the
Yeah.
news, and the website. But speaking about the channel, I like the guys. I like the reviews. I watch them. In the back in the day, before my YouTube channel, before anything, when I was trying to buy a camera, asking questions, I would go to the forums and DP Review and leave questions or comments, and I'd be all over the place. But it's a sad, it's a sad day for sure. But people are talking about buying them out or something, buying the
Mm.
site. I know Jared Poland just put out a video and saying, "Hey,
Oh,
should
yeah.
I buy the website?"
What?
But he's joking.
Wow. That would be well, to me, when I first saw this, um, and heard this news, first of all, my jaw hit the floor just because when you hear an institution that's basically a titan in the industry,
Yeah,
and well respected. Um, I worked at Mike's Camera. Shout out to Mike's Camera. They have 5 stores in Colorado and 5 in California, and that would be their leading source when it comes to comparisons, specs, etc., customer experience. It was just such a helpful resource. So when that happened, it was like another nail post pandemic, right? In the photography industry.
yeah,
Um, there were many nails still being hit right now, but that was like DP. That's a death blow right there. Not a death blow per se, but like that's you felt it. We all felt it. And when that can just disappear in one day, it lets you know like how fast things are moving. Does that make sense?
yeah,
And it's like those who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna stick to just um film photography." When first digital came out, I was like, "Yeah, you're about to be left behind real quick and broke." And this is that kind of moment. And here it is, a big corporation, despite the community, despite the support, despite the love, it just looks at red and black, and then boop, it's here one day, gone the next. And I think it's a wake up call.
yeah. For me, for me, well, let me ask you a question. When you think of DP Review, what do you think of? Do you think of forums or do you think of the channel and their videos on
The
YouTube?
videos, okay. So honestly, the first introduction to me for me was the videos. Right, it was a reliable resource among the many videos before I go spend all this money. I trusted their word. And then it was the comparisons.
Yeah.
I like their
Mhm.
website. I like being able
Website.
to compare
Yeah.
compare their specs and stuff like that. So those were the two for me.
You know how much data they have, man? Years and years and years of posting and commenting and just that it's crazy. I hope somebody buys them out, but they'll be fine. I mean, the guys on the YouTube channel will be fine, but I think
Oh
they
yeah.
have like what 10 employees associated with DP Review or something like that. I could be wrong,
Mhm.
guys. But yeah, it's just sad, you know what I mean? It's just sad. Does the Amazon even know what DP Review is? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not Amazon. Jeff Bezos.
I think if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, and I'm sure you will. When they first got acquired by Amazon, there was like I believe a post they made. They were like, "Look, we might be owned by them, but we're still running as DP Review. Like we're
Yeah.
still our own minds, right?"
Mhm.
But unfortunately, that wasn't strong enough, to keep it. I thought, honestly, like how companies have like a lost leader, like they put little stuff, they sell stuff that may not make the money, but it gets the crowd in. And
Yeah.
honestly, I thought it worked hand in hand with people who are now gravitating to Amazon to buy things, right? So it's like, here's the specs, here's the reviews, go buy it here on Amazon. Like I thought maybe that could have been something that made sense, but I guess they just didn't care about all that, you know?
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Obviously, who is it? Chris and Jordan, they're already with Petapixel,
Petapixel. Yep.
and, so I saw
Dude, you
their
know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Mhm.
Their website, their subscribers like jumped. I don't know what the number is right now on Pet. If you go to Petapixel YouTube channel, last time I checked, it was like 45,000 subscribers.
What?
And what it is now, it's probably at over what 80,000 or something. Like that thing's
Well, let's
growing.
let's let's, uh, let's take a little look-see here. Uh,
Petapixel.
Petapixel, right? Oh,
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
that.
Petapixel YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to that right now. Okay. Here they are. So they have 62,000. Here's Chris and Jordan,
Yeah.
122K on that video from 2 days ago.
Yeah, they
Um,
just put that video up, and that's the only thing on the site now. I think they had like what 10 videos up, and I think they took them
wow.
down. I could be wrong,
Hey,
but
Peta pals.
Peta
Yeah, so
people. I
they're
don't know.
coming out the
Still
gate
working on
swinging,
it.
Or Petaverse.
pretty
Yeah,
much. That's
so
great.
man,
So
last time I checked, it was at 30K subscribers, and now
wow.
they're at 65,000. That was yesterday. That's crazy.
Oh my god, I wish I had
Everybody's
that.
hearing the news. They know that these guys are coming on board here,
Mhm.
and they'll be just it'll be different. It'll be a different style. I'm looking forward to. I like change, guys. I like change. You know,
100%.
yeah. I mean, not company change. I mean, the style of videos you make, right? Like I change all the time. Like I get bored
Yeah,
kind of the same kind of thing, and then I like to change up style. So they're not gonna be the same DP review. I think they're gonna implement some different types of style into their videos. So
I'm looking forward to it. They did a great job with DP Reviews channel, and I appreciated that DP Review allowed them to still be who they were as a team. They're a great team, and, I no doubt think they're gonna just do the same kind of, take the same mathematics and apply it to their channel. It's gonna be great, and, I'm glad they were able to bounce back so quick.
well,
That's pretty awesome.
there's fans of these two guys. So
Oh,
they got hired by Petapixel now. So but you know what? Let me share something. I think I got banned from DP Review
what?
because the forums. I think they banned me.
Uh,
They suspended me for a year because I posted a link to their on their forum. They got
really?
pissed off or something. Yeah.
Dang, okay, and then, after that, you couldn't post, for a while? Was that
To be honest, Robert, like now with YouTube is being such a hit for photography resource, like I visit Nikon rumors, I visit some of the rumor site, but I hadn't gone to DP review in a while, you know.
wow,
I'll be honest with you, like there's a lot of comments and there's a lot of people in there that, it's great. It's a good crowd, but sometimes it gets nasty in the comments, you know.
Mm, yeah,
And
you know this game, brother. Like you got to have a thick skin here,
yeah,
and
yeah. I
and
know.
unfortunately, the everybody's got their own opinion, and some people turn into keyboard warriors, and
Hey, I learned that from YouTube. Like in the beginning when I started, like I would get a nasty comment and it would bother me for a couple of, minutes. But now it's like I grew a thick skin.
that's it. What brush it off your
but
shoulder.
but but let me add that I hardly get nasty comments because most of my viewers are nice and
Yeah,
I like to see that.
once in a while, I'll see a comment posted somewhere, and it's something really, really stupid. Somebody with no face and just an initial on their profile pic, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's not that serious. And but I'm sorry to hear that. I really am.
Yeah.
Now that's what we were talking. Just talking about the DP review situation, and now we have another thing. Okay, the other thing is, let me just pull this bad boy up. Cool. Is going to be this, okay? Which this right here shocked the heck out of me, brother, right here. I'm not sure if you know about this, but check that out. All right. People are paying let me get this thing. Let me get out of my face. S- Look at that. $17 for hundreds of AI generated headshots. And I watched the video of two people. If you scroll down to this, it's right there on Petapixel. You can scroll down and check out people using it. And look at this here. I mean, it's creating all of these headshots. Now I share this with folks because on my channel, I've preached numerous times about the effects of technology and what it's going to do to our business. I'm not sure if folks watch the news today and how they're really the next level is replacing all of the Amazon factory workers with these robots that do a phenomenal job and they're not union. And technology is slowly creeping into photography for good, right? For autofocus, etc. And on the flip side, it's damn near taking our work.
Yeah.
Not completely, but it's threatening it in particular ways. So, what is your thought about this?
Wait a minute. So that picture on the left is her smiling, and it's a different picture, no? Like the one on the right that looks like a professional portrait.
That's the AI generated it spit back. So, like,
Are you serious?
so check this out right here. In the last month, growing number of social media users have revealed how they're able to use AI to create polished, realistic portraits, paying as low as $17 for 100 shots. So March 11th, this is the interior designer right here, up here. All right, she uploaded a couple of her own pictures like this to you educate the AI, and then it spits back those photos,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
don't
what it
like it.
was. It
I
did
don't
this.
like it.
Uh, I don't either. This one here, let me see if it'll let me. Um, I just want people to know like what is going on and how we can overcome these particular technological obstacles that is inevitably going to affect the marketplace for
So I have
photographers trying to
AI
get paid.
generate
Now just check
headshots,
check. Okay, you can
professional
see it. Great.
headshots for me.
I'm not sure if you can
Absolutely.
hear it though, but
I could hear it.
you could. Oh, okay. Okay. Either way, look at that. That's what AI did. All these photos, AI did that.
Oh, so
Lighting, everything.
sweet. Yes.
That
Wow.
I'm telling you, photographers, if you're not learning how to create value for your clients more than just taking a photo, you will be replaced. Headshot
Well,
photographers, watch out. Okay.
well, um,
That's a
before I comment
reality.
on it, I just want to say hello, everybody. Hey,
Oh,
what's
okay.
going on? I'm getting a lot of hey, what's going on? Hey, hello, Tim. Hello, everyone. Edward. Um, Robert. I say this all along. When you said creating value for your clients. With me, it's like it's the experience. It's not
Mm,
only the photographs. They hire me
mm.
because we have a good time. I always like to say, and I stole this from the Becker. He's a photographer, wedding photographer. he says to his clients, he goes, "Hey, think of me as a good friend with the fancy camera. You know, your best
Hey,
friend with the fancy camera, right?
I like
And we just have a good time, right? So
I like
like
that.
it's what you can get a photographer, you could hire somebody that's quote unquote, you know serious corporate, stand here, smile, blah blah blah, this that, but are you getting the experience of a cool, like, down to earth guy that makes you feel good, this and that, and like, because a lot of times, when I'm shooting weddings, a lot of times the bride is nervous, she needs some, like, someone to calm her down, and this and that, direction. That's a service I offer too. So it's not only that. So are you going to get the service from AI? No, you're not. Are you going to
Mm,
get that kind of like service? No. So, but I'll be interested to pixel peep on these AI generated portraits that you're showing us. I want to see the imperfections, like zoom in and stuff. You can't do it here, but the actual
yeah, yeah.
file. What do they get? For the money. So
Okay, yeah. So from what the article says is that um, where is it? So for $17, you would upload your own photo, I think a couple of them, and then within a couple of days, they would spit these photos back.
no, no, no. I know, but I'm just saying, what do you get? Like,
So
what kind of resolution? What kind of file do you get? Well, how does a file look? Can I print a 20 by 30 with this file? Like, like,
that's
because
those are good questions. I'm assuming these people just got some low res ones for digital, for LinkedIn or something like that. But yeah, those are all great questions. Actually, maybe I should do a
it,
test and see what it's
it
like.
it's a scary time, Robert. Like, we're living in like a time where, like, our artists being replaced. Like, if we're feeling like this now, what about the kid in school that wants to be an art, that looks at Van Gogh, or or these photographers, and wants to be that next, awesome portrait photographer. So it's sad, So I don't know, man. I don't know.
100%. I think, the biggest takeaway for me, to reiterate what you were saying, is like we have to add value, be more creative.
Yep.
You can't just be a one trick pony. You gotta realize, like you said, adding positive experience, things that can't be manipulated, because you can't be copied, right? There's only one Vahagraphy, there's only one Robert Silver, like, and we need to really sharpen that. And going back to some of the things we hear, like, "Oh, you have an eye for photography." That's the thing that really creatively separates the experience working with me and then you, right? We both have different approaches and different styles, and that can't be replicated. And I think it's more important than ever that we concentrate on developing our eye and individualism with photography. Otherwise, if you're just trying to take like I said, a simple headshot, I'm sorry, they just got one for $17. So you have to really add more value. That was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to get my own studio, was to add the value to the experience of having their portraits taken. And but it is, like you said, scary times.
Also,
Yeah.
also, it's add value, and also educate the client is important, because
Mm.
when I
Oh,
show a when I show a portrait of one of my clients to another client, right, sample, I show them very emotional photographs. Like, okay, this picture was taken when she was about to cry because she was so happy, and the tearful moments. You can't AI generate that stuff. I don't care what you
exactly.
say.
Yeah.
Educate the client, make them feel emotionally invested in your photography,
Oh,
because look,
absolutely.
I'm like, when I talk to my clients, I'm very mellow, I'm very, calm, and I tell them, they don't even need to look at my images after I made my introduction, and tell them who I am. The sample images are an afterthought. Like,
Mm,
we just at a human level. You got to go down to a human level with these clients, and they after that, where do I sign? Give
mm,
me the pen. How much is the deposit again? Right? The photos become an afterthought. When you click, when you bond with the client personally, make as if they're getting a custom service, custom tailored to them. So AI, sure, but and there was a great comment up here.
Yeah.
by Mozman. He's like, you know what? AI isn't going to replace all photographers, events, sports, current events. Yeah, good luck replacing a sports photo with AI, right? You
Yeah,
can't
no,
shoot that.
no, you're folks are absolutely right, but the important thing is for you can't be absolutely ignorant of the impact of AI negatively in photography, right?
Yeah,
And so at least knowing, right, like they said in GI Joe, the cartoon, like knowing's half the battle, right? And I'd rather be on my toes than being caught flat-footed.
yeah,
And then to your point, then we emphasize the human connection, the relationship building, the
yeah.
salesmanship, the experience, right? And that overall makes us as individuals a better photographer. Let's just be honest. So as long as we're not putting our head in the sand, acting like it's not around the corner when it's actually here right now, then I think we can at least come out better than if we just denied it, right?
Yeah, right. And also, add value to your work. For example, you look at your landscape shot, or you look at a photograph that you're showing a client, add
Uh-huh.
value to the fact that this photograph was captured by you. This photograph is taken by you. Were there, actually in the trenches. You were there, and that's special. I think that all that stuff is lost in today's Instagram and all the stuff that's just AI generated. But there's two sides. AI is also, your tech camera setting and all the focus and this and that. That's great, technology. But when it starts replacing humans,
Mhm.
that I have an issue with that. And I think the best thing we can do as professionals or hobbyists or enthusiasts, stop talking about it. And if somebody brings it up, laugh it off, say, "Are you serious? You want something faked?" No, just, I guess, let's start a movement against it.
Well, that's why at least I wanted to bring it up and have a dialogue so that, the rest of us aren't at least with our heads like ostriches in the sand, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing that's gonna happen is that this technology will come and kick us in the butt with our heads in the sand, and that's not cool. So at least
Mm.
we're now, since we're talking about it, we can maneuver and come up with a strategy on how to, benefit and win,
Hey, can I
with
answer a
respect.
question real quick? So, because
Yeah.
somebody posted three Qs.
Oh,
Edward Phillip, what's going on, brother? When is the next Knocked video? It's soon. I'm gonna make it an extra special one. I'm planning it out. So Knocked, Robert, the 58 Knocked. I
yes.
started a series called the Knocked Files. So
Oh, okay, okay. Well, you know what that deserves.
yeah, he's asking.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, special. That lens is awesome.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I saw those knock lenses. I'm like, um, how can I say? I have to see what it can do for my style of work to whether I should like get into it. But it's pretty cool. Let's get.
Let me just say,
Oh yeah,
for
go for it.
me, it's more of a want than a need. I don't need that
Mm,
lens. That lens
okay.
is just stupid, like in a way, it's good stupid, but it's not practical. It's
Uh,
expensive. It's
mm,
$8,000. It's 4 pounds. It's big, you know, but
mhm,
it's
mm.
also one of a kind,
Okay.
0.95 Z mount, 58 millimeter lens, and that thing is a collector's item. But yeah, I just want it. I don't need it.
Well, you know what? You're gonna get a Mario coin for telling the truth, brother. Keeping it real. Uh, let's go through some comments real quick. We got a lot. Uh, Manila Martin says, "Hello from the Philippines."
Hey,
Hey,
Manila, how are you?
AP Studio says, "Michael, I'm stressed out." There we go. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, Chuck. We have drunk wedding photographer says, "Loving the sound effects." What the? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah!
Okay,
Oh
and then,
yeah.
I love the Macho Man one. And the 85 is in stock, baby. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, I was at Mike's Camera. If anybody's in the Bay Area, Mike's Camera just got their delivery. So, yeah, go holler at Mike's Camera,
Hey,
mikescamera.com. Shout out to them.
Greg Wilson Nature Photography. He's in the Bay Area, but
Oh, okay.
he shoots wildlife. I don't know if
Oh,
he's interested in the 85.
oh, there you go. Go to Mike's Camera. They got 4 locations. Edward Phillip says, "Hey, hi, ask please when the." Oh, we already did that one. Mazman man comes in. Yep, both B&H and Nikon USA have stock. That's what I'm talking about. And then Hank, I want it. Well, you know what? Take a ticket. We all want it. Get online. And then Todd comes in. It depends on your priorities. I will not be purchasing the 1.2, but did purchase the GF 110 millimeter f2 lens for my Fuji GFX, which is
Hey, Todd.
purely a want rather than a need purchase that I never regretted. There you go, brother. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? I didn't really need the Z9, but damn it, I'm glad I got it. So there you go. uh J Rod says I do have the 1.85 the 1.8. Oh, see, now that's a dilemma. Debating between the two. Um oh, and then Hank says sold the 1.8. And we have J Rod coming back in. Don't need, just want it. There we go. And then Albert Jimenez. Hello to all. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see if I have. Yeah. Welcome to the show, brother. And then John says, Vahagn, bro, what's up? Yo.
Hey.
And then Hank, Todd, great lens, love it with my 100S. There we go. Look at this. We got the whole community action going on. AI can never deal with bridezillas.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're 100% right on that one. You know what I mean? You're 100. And all right, we have a whole lot going on here on these comments, but I have some questions I want to ask you before we invite guests, and then answer some of these here questions. I'll wait for V2 with the missing OLED. Strange omission for a top of the line Z Nikkor. Oh. Is he talking about the 85 one too?
Version 2 with
Of the
the
85?
missing OLED display. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
OLED
yeah.
display on the 85.
I saw
He's
that.
joking. Mothman's a joker.
Okay.
He's a good guy, but he likes he's funny. You know, he likes to
Okay, copy
crack
that.
jokes.
I heard Jared was happy as heck to not have the OLED on there. He's like, way to go, Nikon. You know, I
Yeah.
actually liked the OLED, but that was just me.
Me
Um,
too. Yeah, me
you
too.
know. So let's get to now that we got a whole lot of other talk and go, let's get into some questions about you. Okay. This is what
Sure.
it's all about. All right. There we go. All right. I really appreciate your patience putting up with all my sound effects. Let me get my questions. Here we go. First things first, brother. Okay. Where did it all start for you? Okay, because when I
Photography
went
or
to
YouTube?
uh,
Photography.
photography first, because I went to that because when I looked you up and I was doing some research, you're like, you've been shooting for a little while now. I won't age you out. I'm just saying you've been shooting for some time, and I'm always curious to where photographers came from. So, and I'm sure some of your followers are curious as well. Where did it all start, my man?
Started in as a child, I guess. My father's photographer, so I was always around photography because he was a professional working pro. Uh, but I started developing a love for it in high school when I was in photography class. So my dad let me borrow. Actually, gave me his F3 and first camera. Here you go. You got a nice looking advanced film camera, and then all the kids got their cameras, and everybody was looking at my camera and wow, what's that? The dark room. But yeah, it started at a really young age, man. But after that, I got a little more serious and started helping my father out at gigs. I would go and help him out, carry his cases, and the rest is history.
Right on. And I do now. This part I have to ask. This one I was like, all right, I must ask this question. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I need this particular sound effect right here. Why Nikon?
Oh, well, I think a lot has to do with when I was seriously introduced to photography. It was that time, and I fell in love with the Nikon F3. And, but on a more serious level, I like Nikon's ergonomics the most. Their lens selection, the quality of the lenses, sharpness, colors out of the camera, skin tones. I just like the brand, man.
What
You
what
know,
what what's your setup right now? What do you use? What's your main camera, lenses, etc.?
depending on the shoot, but I got like five. How many DSLRs do I have? Like four DSLRs: D4, D800, D3X, D800. But my Z9 is my main camera, and a couple of Z6 ones made in Japan.
Nice.
And I have a whole host of lenses, man. But I have the Trinity and this and that, 58 and 200 f2, and I have a lot of gear.
Is
So,
there a lens that you just find a reason to wanna put it in your bag regardless of the situation?
is there a lens that I want to put in the bag?
Like, you're like, "I have to find a reason to bring this one." I can think of
Uh,
one myself, but,
um, the 51-2Z.
how dare you? That's the one I always I'm like, "Alright, there's a reason why," and I make it up, it always goes in a bag, you know?
Yeah,
And 100%, the 51-2 is definitely a special lens, it's really awesome. You know what lens is I always felt is super underrated, but a phenomenal Z lens is the 105 2.8 macro lens. I think that's such a great lens
yeah,
for
for
my
the money too. For
for
the
the
money,
money,
uh,
under $1,000 full frame
yeah,
lens, like
sharp, razor sharp.
100%, you get super close. That's a
Yeah,
great lens, especially if you're a wedding photographer and don't have that lens, that's a serious what? Yeah, that's a
and
L right there.
and
So
you know what? Not only for macro though, like portraits, you could actually shoot portraits with that. It's a great
100%.
lens for a lot of things.
Headshots
Yeah,
all day. Studio work, I use it for my beauty work,
yeah.
and I'm just like, "Wow, this" and it's so light.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanna give a shout out to the 105 f 2.8 out there, you know?
You forgot
Um
the MC Hammer.
oh, that's right, that's right. Oh, remember the cartoon, MC Hammer? Remember that? That was a wild cartoon. Alright,
Yeah.
that's for my '90s folks out there, the '90s folks. Alright, let's get to the next question, shall we? All right. As things change, where do you see yourself as a photographer? So, if technology is evolving, the way in which we engage our customers are evolving, right, through social media, etc. So, how do you stay, how can I say, up to date, if you will? How do you evolve yourself as a photographer?
Well, I do a lot of video work now for YouTube. No, but for as far as my clients go, how do I evolve? Well, to be honest, man, over the past ever since I started this channel, photography, I just been working off referrals and past clients and stuff. I haven't really posted a lot of stuff.
Mm.
But it's been I fell in love with this content creation process, and YouTube is a good future, but you kind of have to enjoy what you're doing. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but as far as like your question was, how do I adapt to the current like AI and stuff?
Well, not just AI, but just the landscape. Like being a photographer now, heck, even just 5 years ago, 10 years ago is so different. Um, the way we communicate, promote our brand, market ourselves, uh,
Well,
get the job done is changing. So how do you as a photographer, or have been able to stay on trend, if you will?
honestly, like I said, like I've past clients referrals, but I always look at new work, and like I said, I sell my service more than the photos.
Mm,
So people know that I'm a just easygoing guy when I'm shooting. Oh, you got to get him because he made me feel good. He relaxed. Everything's chill. But yeah, the trends are the trends. I don't really like to follow trends. I just like to do my own. I don't want to have to do something I don't want to do. Like if I don't like a sofa in the desert somewhere, like that couch that was in one at one time.
yes.
That thing. I didn't never like that. I never did it. And then when a client would ask me, "Oh, this is in, why don't you do this?" Or let me see a sample of this, I go, "Yeah, I just don't do it. I mean, that's not my style." I like to sell more classic capturing the moment style, and I just sell that style. You know what I mean? Like I
So
sell capturing that special moment for the bride and groom, and I sell that to the clients, and they agree. So
so it sounds kind of like staying true to yourself has helped you to stay fresh, if you will, right? And not following certain trendy approaches to photography has kept you relevant, kept you on the tip of the tongue of your current clients, where in which you get referrals and so forth. So ultimately, like staying true to yourself has
that
helped.
that's probably a good thing and a bad thing, because there's probably a lot of jobs that I have missed because of that, because I like the classic look, I like the classic moments. But a lot of these trends are like, oh my god, I want this. Oh, I want this. I want to follow this trend. They're doing this. I got to do this, right? So it's like, if I don't like something, I don't do it. If I don't like a client, I don't take the job. I just have to feel good about it. I'm not, oh, I'm gonna take every job. No. So it hurt. It sometimes hurts you as a business, but I don't care.
Hey, you know what? That's what makes you a rock and roll photographer, okay, brother? So that's what so, okay, I actually appreciate that, and again, that goes back to what I said earlier about I think one of the things about you that people appreciate is your authenticity and just staying true to yourself, and I think that's fantastic. Alright, let's get to the next one, brother, right
Okay.
here we go. What are some important mistakes you wished you avoided as a photographer?
Following those trends you said.
Mm,
Because yeah, that's one mistake. I was trying to be like everyone else, trying to do what everybody else was doing back in the when I started wedding photography, and kind of like w- I started doing what I really enjoyed, and that's one mistake that I was kind of following everybody else. But that's yeah. I started thinking to myself that, hey, maybe I really enjoy doing this, so um there's plenty of mistakes, Robert. I mean, uh,
I think
there's a
for
lot of
me, do
mistakes.
you mind if I share a mistake that
Yeah,
I
sure.
wish I avoided? Um, I think I went I mean, now I can it's different, right? It kinda paid off eventually, but I wish I just enjoyed the process of photography longer before I decided to make it a profession.
Yeah.
I think nowadays you just have a credit card, you got an Instagram account, boom, you're a photographer, you can start accepting clients and at least feel like you're ready because you got a couple of likes, and, I think I wish I woulda slowed that beginning process down a little bit more, uh, honed my craft a little bit harder, and just enjoyed the process of photography, and I think that was definitely not a mistake that eventually paid off, right? But at the beginning, I think that's what I wish I coulda done. W Worry about enjoying photography versus, "Oh, now I need a full frame. Oh, now I need" you know what I mean? The gas, um disease and all, and wanting to get the next lens versus learning how to properly understand light. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's one for me.
Osman makes a good point. He says classic doesn't age out like trends do. That makes
100
sense. That's totally true. Yeah, another
absolutely.
mistake I made was like collecting gear that I don't use. So that's I used to own all the manufacturers, all the lenses. I thought it was collecting was the right thing to do, or my peers would have this camera. I had to
Mhm.
buy that camera.
Mm.
So um
I've for sure been there, too many times, and, I have, like yeah, stuff over here, I'm just looking at, I'm like, "Why did I get that stupid accessory?" And I saw
yeah.
somebody talk about it, it's like, "Ooh," and that's what I mean. That for me, that's why I was like, I wish I just worried about enjoying learning photography
Yeah.
and, more than what the next gear is, you know? I
There's a guy there's a photographer in the chat, Roy
okay,
Bixby.
let me try to
He's
there we
a
go.
commercial photographer, product photographer. He's a
Mhm.
product photographer, and you should see his room. Like, it's all gear. I don't think anybody has more Nikon gear except Nikon than Roy. But
Wow. I'm trying
but
to find Roy. Yeah,
Roy Bigsby, all the way in the bottom.
copy that.
Um, so yeah, it's basically I had so much gear. I had a gear meltdown, and I just started selling off gear. In
Oh, really?
2013, I think 2013, I had like Canon, soon Sony, Fuji, Nikon. I had Leica. I
Wow.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I should have put all
You
that money into like a real business.
but were you using any of it though?
No, I was,
Wow.
yeah, I would take, okay, today I'm taking the 1DX Mark II out, or today I'm taking the Leica M10 out, or you know what I mean? Like it's just like couple shoots on the weekend, which
Now,
is great. And by the
uh-huh.
way, if you have the means, more power to you. Like if I won the mega, you know, I'd have a museum of, because I
Oh
love
yeah.
gear, but
Gotcha.
but unfortunately, um, I'm, I gotta watch what I spend.
I understand that.
Because you know what? It's not only like I like to spend money. Like I like to go out and take trips and spend money. Like yeah. If if there was if the means weren't endless, I would have more gear. But
I definitely would have at least 2 Z9s, I'll tell you that right now, but, and the 85 for sure, if I had some extra coinage. I recognize that especially when I started to transition to when I got the Z9, I transitioned all my DSR lenses to the Z, and that's when I start to realize, um, how many extra things I had that I just didn't use,
yeah,
and I just hung on to because I had them for such a long time, and then I realized, like, when I got rid of them to, trade in, to trade up, I realized I never missed it, so therefore, I was really just holding on to hold on, and it didn't make me a better photographer, it actually more choices made me more procrastinating, which
exactly. You make a great point, because I had a shoot. I'm like, okay, what am I going to take today? I was thinking about more of the gear than the photos.
hu 100%, and that happened to me when I went to WPPI. Oh my god, bro. Oh, I knew I was gonna bring my Lumix S5 Mark II because it could do photos, it could do video, right? I was like, "Cool, it's compact." Oh my god, I brought like 6 lenses, and I used mostly the kit lens the whole
Okay.
damn time.
Yeah.
So, the 20 to 60 millimeter and it did everything I needed, and I was like, wow. Imagine that could have just went in my laptop bag for heaven's sakes, And I bought like the rolling case, think tank. I was like all swagged out and it never left the room. So that was a big fat L on my part. So
The 2470 G
mhm,
lens, the first one. It's a good lens. It's not my favorite lens, but I think I've taken more photos with that lens because of its, all aroundness at events, that it's gotten used more than any lens that I own. Not because of choice, because of, need.
practicality. 100%. Isn't that ironic that we're sitting here about all these, gear we had, do own, recommend to folks, 1.2, and then we're like, that kit lens wasn't all that bad. And
But
it's so
there's something special about simplicity in your
Mhm,
bag,
mhm.
because like, hey, I have four lenses, I have two bodies. I'm gonna go and make the most out of my photos. Now I'm gonna concentrate on my photography. You know,
Yes, exactly. That's the part, uh it was earlier this year where I started to realize, like, how much of a business this becomes real quick, and it's like, I wanna fall in love with photography again, and that is
yeah,
to that point. You bring 1, 2 lenses, you start thinking like a photographer again, and that's why we're here.
yeah.
And
There's no way I can. There's no When I get ready for a shoot, I go and I customize the bag on what I need.
mhm.
There's no way I take all my library of lenses to 1 gig. Yeah, I don't take it if I don't need it. If I'm not shooting a 14-24, I'm not taking it. If I'm not shooting, 105 or whatever, or 200, I'm not taking it. So, yeah, I mean,
So you're more careful nowadays. You're more,
yeah, I
how
mean,
can I say, you're more, intentional with what your lens choice is.
some photographers, they come
Mhm.
out. their
Mhm.
whole bag. They bring their whole bag. It's like, wow, you brought everything to the shoot. You're gonna use this stuff. But it's important to have a backup. Number one, a body for sure. I made a mistake. That's okay. That's one mistake. I've risked shooting an important event with one body, which luckily I'm in a major market and I have friends around me, and I just had to call and say, "Hey man, let me borrow your camera real quick. Let me come pick it up." I was down the street from the banquet hall. I'm like,
Did you like your camera go out?
yeah, there was it stopped autofocusing.
Ooh.
The camera did, and so it just wouldn't work. And I don't know why. I tried everything, took the battery out, and it was a baptism. So it was just me, right? You don't need two
Mhm.
photographers at a baptism. Well, yeah, I don't shoot baptism with two shooters, but so
Baptism.
I went to my friend's house. I real quick picked up his camera with his 24-70. I'm like, let me borrow this lens too because I don't know if it's the lens or the body.
Mm.
So yeah, I finished the gig, and turned out it was something to do with the connections.
Wow. So
So
one time, when I first got to Z9, I had to sell my what did I sell? I sold my, D810. Oh, no, excuse me, D850, right? Which I felt was worthy, put that toward the Z9.
yeah,
And so I was stuck with one body, and I had a wedding. So I had a Z9 and what was it? What's the, Z5? That's the entry level full frame,
yep.
right? So I
Mhm.
have those 2. I mean, I'm not sure if you ever tried shooting with such different performance levels, right? But the Z5 got the job done, but wow, is the Z9 when you use a Z9, it's like on a whole nother level, but the Z5, it's like, "Okay, can you wait a second while this thing's supposed to do what it's supposed to do?" And, but it was an interesting experience to pair the 2 together, that's for sure, but you gotta
Yeah,
do what
you
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 gotta
sh- you
do
shoot you shoot high fashion stuff, so it's like you need speed and stuff. Weddings, you
for
don't
the
really need
runway.
to be like, you can just slow down and shoot. Um,
100%. I use the Z5 for the reception. No one's really moving, they're kinda hanging out and stuff, but it was a big difference in performance though, obviously. But I got the
hon
Z9 for the runway, that's really why.
the runway, yeah. Yeah, the
Mhm.
runway
I
shoots.
if they're walking toward me, I need that.
Honestly, man, to tell you the truth, if I had to, I could shoot a whole wedding with a D4 and a 24-70.
Ooh,
I can do it. I can get away with it.
I bet you could. That's
Um,
a great combo right there.
okay, second lens, 7200. So I think it's a 24-70, 7200. But
And that you do the whole wedding with those 2, huh?
well, now I have the luxury of I have a lot of lenses, but like if I had to, I just use those two for sure. 24-70 2.8 and 7200 2.8. Those
Mm.
two lenses are, go-tos for event photography. You can get away with everything, with those two. I mean, yeah, super wide, you can't shoot super wide, but who wants a super wide? Like when I shoot super wide, sometimes those are the least picked pictures for an album. So
It's very specialty,
yeah,
and
yeah.
100%, 100%. Last question before we open this bad boy up. YouTube.
Wow.
Why? Okay.
Wow, man. YouTube is a learning YouTube, man. This is
I had to do it, brother. It's like,
I
why?
love
And
that. I love that. You got
so
it down.
so help me understand, what brought you to YouTube? Because 'Cause you've been shooting for a while
Yeah.
prior to it, obviously, and now you seem to you got a flow, you got a whole thing going. You're on your way up. So
Yeah. Why YouTube? Well, I was a big fan of photo channels. Okay. And when I as a working photographer, big fan. Jared Paulins and all them, used to watch them all. So I'm like, I wonder if I can do something similar, but bring my style and what I like in videos. So 2020 June. This is my very first video. I was just out shopping with my family, and my wife's in the clothing store, and I remember the place. It was Fashion Island, Newport Beach. And I was with my I was sitting on the bench there, and I had my X100T with me and my iPhone. So I had the camera. I put the camera on the table there. I started doing like B-roll with my iPhone, shooting that X100T Fuji. I put some really quick video together on iMovie on the phone, and then I was like, let me upload this to a channel. Let me upload this to YouTube. I thought of the name a few months back. I think it was April. I kind of opened the channel up, but there was no videos on there. June 2nd was my very first video. I posted that video, and you know what? Surprisingly, that video did awesome for the first video.
What did it do for you at the time?
It did like 5,000 views in like no time, and that's like for one video, nothing else. No algorithm help. People like that video for some reason. It was my first time, and I said, let me make my second video about my camera bag, and then my third video about let me bring in like the business side of photography. Let me bring in my experiences at the wedding or this and that. And like I really want to help people out because I want to share my mistakes. I want to share my time as a photographer with others. And honestly, if you think about like full-time YouTubers like Jared Polin or Manny Ortiz, guys like that, who wouldn't want that gig? I'm at a point where client work is awesome. It's great. I have fun doing it, but I'd rather do this. Like I'd rather shoot when I want to shoot.
Mm,
Like
100%.
not contracted. I want to shoot what I want to shoot, when I want to shoot it, how I want to shoot it. So in order to do that, you have to be free of any obligations and financial. You need to obtain financial freedom because you're not waiting for a paycheck from a wedding or something, right?
Or
You're you,
praying
you're
for one.
making the money. So I'm not here to make the money. I'm here because I'm having fun. But if something happens where you never know where this goes, I'm open to it, right?
Absolutely.
So basically, I started YouTube because I want to help people out. And by the way, I'm still developing my style. I don't think I've 100% got my thing down, right? So I'm doing many things. I'm trying to see what really sticks. I'm still developing my style. There's so many mistakes I've made on YouTube. One of the biggest ones for those that watch my videos. In the beginning, I try to be like somebody else, right? Like, oh, I want to be like this guy, or this guy's so cool. I'm gonna make a video just like this YouTuber.
Mm.
But now I'm realizing that that's not, that's not what I want to do. That's not, you want to be yourself. So I'm slowly developing that style. I like this interaction. I like this podcast style thing, which I do have my own show on my channel called Vahagraphy Talk. But I like this and I like shooting. So it's just it's and be yourself. Be yourself. Don't be anybody else. Don't try to be like other people. So
Is that one of the lessons you learned along the way? That
yeah,
became
I'm still learning. I'm still learning because it's so easy to copy. It's very easy to copy others, but it's hard to create. It's hard to be original. And I think that the whole rock and roll thing was my love for music, my love for I used to be a drummer for a rock band in the 90s.
Oh, that's where the whole rock
Rock
and
and
roll
roll. Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so and I love music. I love rock and roll. I love heavy metal. I'm a big fan of music. In the beginning, I said, "Let me mix photo with music," and that I quickly realized that that's not gonna fly. You gotta like
Ah,
genuinely, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's yeah, I love being myself, and I'm still working on it. It's not.
no,
Yeah.
I like I like the rock and roll swag attitude. I think you it definitely that's what honestly caught how you caught my eye was because it was like rock and roll photographer. I was like, what the hell? And then I checked it out, and I figured you were a big fan, or you either played in a band, and I was like, oh, okay, that's his approach. That's, it set you apart, and for someone who doesn't know you personally. So I liked it. I think that was pretty cool. Now, when you said music in photography, did the audience pretty much tell you right then and there with their response or not? Like, yeah, this is too much. Just keep it to photography or something.
No, I put out a video in my early days, like 2.5 years ago. I put out a Metallica review of the Black Album video where I
Oh,
talk about that album.
uh-huh.
And I was like, well, no one actually watched that thing. So, and I quickly learned by doing my research that you want to kind of like talk about one thing on your channel. Like, you don't want to like you
Jack
don't
of
want
all
it to be a
trades.
music channel,
Yeah.
but photo channel, bring in food, this and that. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
that's gonna happen real quick, you know what I mean?
But
Uh,
if someone asks me why rock and roll photographer, look, I'm not like special. I don't specialize in doing concert photography, but
mm,
I started. I love shooting. I love being at shows, but I love playing the drums more than shooting the shows. But what's the next best thing? You know, capturing the shows, because you can't be on stage playing, so you capture the shows, right?
absolutely.
So I do that for fun. I want to get more serious into it. I just hooked up with original photographer for Guns N' Roses. We
Oh,
met, yeah, we met a few weeks ago, and quickly we go back and forth. We text each other, this and that. He does a lot of work for online magazines for guitar. I think Guitar World, and I forget the other one, but he's a nice guy, and dude, man, it's crazy. The industry, the concert, rock and roll photo industry,
yeah.
it's crazy. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of gotta grease the wheels.
Yeah, I
Sometimes you gotta
bet.
like be nice to the promoters. You gotta like, you can't come off as a jerk. You can't do that. You can't have an attitude, or else they'll blacklist you from the whole circuit.
Mm.
So dude, it's
A
I
lot of
could write a whole
politics in
book
there
about
too.
this industry. It's crazy, but uh yeah. So the whole rock, and that's what I was getting to. The whole rock and roll thing comes from my love of photography. Not
Got
necessarily I shoot rock and roll, but I love rock and roll.
I
You
think
know what I
that's
mean?
awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm on your site right now, as you can tell. So for those who are underneath the rock and don't know Vahagraphy, go to his channel, subscribe. Okay, hit that right there, and then so let's talk about Vahagraphy Talk. What's that about? That
Oh
segment?
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. I started basically what we're doing here, but I started inviting guests, and it was live streamed at first, and then it was pre-recorded, and then now I might be going back to live stream.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to pick the brains of like-minded people, like if you look at some of my earlier interviews,
Let's
um
let's
you got
memory.
guys like,
Let's go to memory lane real quick. Okay.
some of the big names in the industry. Like there's Omar, there's Jerry Guiones,
Uh oh. Uh
Jared.
oh. Oh. How was that one right there, buddy?
Yeah, Jared Poland was fun. I wish I could get another crack at it, because during that time, that interview was, I was just happy to be there, right?
Mm,
As a fan, I was like,
yeah.
oh, it's Jared Poland, right? But now, I'd be more, I have 2 years of experience in this YouTube thing, and no, but it was a fun interview, Ike and
Who do we have?
my friend
Oh yeah,
from
you have a
India,
lot. Chris
Frame
Becker.
Becker, yeah, Becker, Matt Irwin, another Nikon channel, Matt Irwin, right?
Where?
Right there, right
Oh,
above, right there.
right
No,
here.
one above, one above.
Oh,
There you
oh,
go. That was a fun. That was a fun
It's very
interview.
important to remind ourselves and also
oh
remind the
yeah.
audience
Okay.
from time to time that look, it's just
Oh
my
yeah.
opinion.
Matt Irwin
at
has
our
Wait,
industries
yeah.
who we
I
know make
know. I know.
a few
I've heard of the
sentences for
name. I think
Nikon
on
and maybe
Instagram or
make them for
something.
Red and Ari and
But
people like that.
Yeah, he has
Um,
he's a Nikon
that's right.
centric channel.
They're
oh,
real
okay. So
Nikon
he's just
lovers.
all about Nikon.
Mostly, but no, he does a lot of stuff. But He's a professional photographer, matter one too. But it's probably one of the biggest Nikon centric YouTube channels out there.
Mm,
You
okay,
know,
I'll check his
he's
out.
big. Yeah, he's big. I'm surprised you haven't heard of him. Well, you shoot a lot. You don't hang around on YouTube that much, huh?
Uh,
Mhm.
no. I mean, I make my content and everything, and I obviously, you know me, I'm promoting it. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff on social media, but then I'm worried about like try to create projects and stuff. It's not to be bougie. I just don't watch it as much as I post and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I love it. You know, I'll be honest. I love YouTube. It's
oh, YouTube's all
it's
number one.
yeah. I love creating content. I love the people on here, my peers on here, the people that are huge, the people that are small. And I'm actually known for like propping up the smaller channels. Like if
Well,
people
you're on
follow
my
me for
brother, so I appreciate that. You
yeah,
know.
if people follow
Oh,
me,
you got Manny on your show right there.
yep,
Oh,
Manny,
that's awesome.
bunch
How
of
was that?
Nikon ambassadors.
Oh, okay. You have
Yeah.
her. I don't know her.
Bambi
And
Cantrell,
yeah, yeah.
Vanessa Joy. They all have like it was fun. It's been fun. You know?
Opportunity. I looked
So
at the
Bambi.
Nikon gear and I
what
started,
um
especially
let me ask you.
That's there's Chuck right there.
Oh, okay.
That's AP
That's
Studios. Yeah.
oh, I'm looking at that. I gotta look at ours. Here we
Yeah.
go. I'm sure he's floating around here. All right. Well, make
That's
sure you go.
AP and that's Bambi Cantrell, Nikon ambassador. But that's how it started, brother. Like that. I love doing that. I love picking the brains of professionals, people that have been there and done that. Guys like big time Nikon ambassadors, like the biggest Nikon ambassadors, like um, you know,
Getting their perspective, you're saying.
yeah, man. Like one of the most memorable talks was the one with Omar Gonzalez. Because it was just me and him and we were just having a good time. I
Oh,
really
just
like his vibe. But they're all great. They're all great in their own little way. But I'm bringing that back, so you'll be see a lot more of
good.
that.
I wanna see more.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
definitely checking it out and, being nosy on your channel at least. I subscribe to a lot of people. I just, maybe I need to check out other people's stuff some more.
Hey,
That's
join the community, AP Studios. He'd love to have you. But here's one announcement I want to make on
yeah,
your
hold on.
site, if I can.
Go
I
for
have
it.
Vahagraphy talk. I don't know which Tuesday. Hold on, let me read the email real quick. Um, as of now, I have Vahagraphy talk booked. Um, let's see when Steve Perry is coming back, guys, on Vahagraphy talk live. As of now, Steve Perry, and that's the 18th. So yeah, he'll be back. We had him on once before,
No,
but
that's
that's
April 18th? Is that
yep,
April 18th? Oh, okay, well, that Imma have to give that a Mario coin.
yeah. So Steve Perry will be on my show live. So
Awesome. Make sure you go ahead, follow him, subscribe, all that good stuff, and you announce this on Instagram as well. Should they follow you on Instagram?
yeah, Vahography on Instagram.
Okay.
But he's a wildlife guy. He has one of the biggest channels for wildlife, and people really respect his opinions on gear because he says it like it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
great.
Michael.
Love that.
I reached out to Hudson Henry, but he said he was busy. I might reach out to him again. And here's one other thing, Robert, about Vahography talk booking talent. It's not like you can offer him like money because you're not making much right now, right? You don't have sponsors. If I had a sponsor,
Don't let the word out that I'm, not making that much money off this damn channel yet, so, no.
no, you can't. You might be. Me, I'm not even following the sponsorship. I'm not doing that. I'm right now. I'm just trying to build a community.
Mm,
Um, but hey, Michael, I might email him again. We'll see what he says. But I'm just trying to build a community right now, right? And maybe I should start looking into like uh, monetizing the channel more, maybe in the future. Because look, it's hard with doing what we do because it's all this time put into the channel, right? We're away
yeah.
from our career, away from our families, away and editing. I do all my editing right now. I'm a one man band, right? So maybe I should look into that in the future. But right now, I love what I do. But here's the thing with booking talent. What I was trying to say was like a lot of people, a lot of times, um, people are busy or people don't want to come on, and it's frustrating, or people don't answer emails. You ask them to come on, they don't even respond. So, we get what we can take. But when people do actually say, we'll do it, this and that, like Steve Perry, the guy doesn't have to say yes, but he came on and it was a successful show. But he's back. So, but I love it. It's a challenge for me to get somebody that I maybe hard to get.
Yeah, yeah, and you
Yeah.
respect too.
Yeah.
And I think that just goes to show um, your persistence and obviously your passion behind this.
E-
That's obviously clear.
Even controversial figures. Like I would love to have the angry photographer on. I would
Mm,
love that. I would love to talk with
Oh
that guy.
yeah.
I,
Yeah.
that
Be
would be interesting. I'd have to watch that one.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on because I want to pick his brain. So,
Okay.
um, but yeah, and I appreciate every single person that leaves comments, like people in the chat here. Like it's a
Yeah.
community we're building.
To that note, we have a lot of comments. I'm going to try to get through some just so that they can get a little shout out here. I'm going to go very quick. Okay.
Sure.
John said, excuse me, I got the 26 millimeter. Oh, that's pretty dope.
Congrats.
I was actually eyeballing that just for a fun street lens. Edward, congrats on your 85 f1.2Z. This is a while back now because we have. I mean, there is just a lot, and I appreciate everybody. Um, I want to be realistic with the time that we have, as well as opening up the platform. And let me see if there's a way that I can just let this thing show up by itself. I wish the heck it would give me that. Then I don't have to keep pressing on it and we can continue talking. Does that make sense?
No, I
Maybe
think Chuck wanted. I think it was the idea that Chuck come on, but I think he left a message saying that we're gonna skip me for now, and maybe his stuff is not set up. It's okay,
Oh,
bro. It's all right.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
He's in the chat though. He's listening.
copy that. Okay, yeah, I'm totally down, and if you guys ever want me to come on with you guys, I'm totally game. Just email me a link, and but I want to just make sure folks who sent the comment gets at least acknowledgement, if that makes any sense.
Roy
Uh,
says. Roy says, "Is that a trumpet or does someone have a what a flat
what does he say? Oh, the trumpet
fluency
sound,
problem?"
the horn sound. Is he talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, yeah. All right. Come on, that's air horn, brother. Okay, get
Yeah.
that Mack truck ready. No, it's an air horn effect. I have all these pads. I'm using the Rode Podcaster 2, and that thing's a beast, man. It's awesome. I love it. And honestly, I feel like a 10-year-old with all these. And I uploaded tons of sound effects, so I'm just having fun. That's all. That's it.
Cool, man. That's what it's all about.
Uh, Vic says, I ain't scared. We just got to defeat Skynet. Okay. Watch out for those. Wear your tin hat while you're out there, brother. Okay. And Mosman says, exactly. You can't AI generate emotion or connection. Absolutely, you cannot. Chris comes in first industry that hurt would be corporate headshot. Sad, but it's coming. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, and that's what I meant is the low-hanging fruit. The corporate headshot, I think, is the low-hanging fruit. Um, it requires a lot less emotional connection, etc. A lot of times they come in, they just want a quick headshot in and out. I had somebody who called me yesterday for simple headshots for their corporate headshots, and I bet that person might take the $17 versus my price. Um, D Rock. Hey, D Rock's in the house. That is D Rock is a photographer and also he's my assistant. So there you go. Hey fellas,
Nice.
great to see your collaboration. I told him, he was kind of excited to see you on board with this show as well. And Greg says, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" Boy, there is a lot, and I wish there was an auto um how can you say, like showcases it by itself without me having to press each one, then everybody's would show as we're talking. That would be phenomenal. Simon is a retoucher in Nigeria, but the good part of Nigeria because he's retouched a few photos for me for my editorials and saved me tons of time. So if you need a quick retoucher to save you tons of time, and you can hurry up and get to your next project, trust me, having a good retoucher does matter, and it helps, man. It really helps, and they're affordable. But you got to do your research. I got referred to him. That's why I actually used him from Nigeria. Okay. I didn't send my PlayStation and my photos, not knowing where they're going. All right. Mosman said there's no history or memory of AI image. AI will greatly change the ad industry and other creative mediums. And there is still a need for photographers in so many genres. 100%. My thing is just let's just not be ignorant on the impact of technology. Right. And then we can move accordingly. That's all. Hank says a photographer's ability to connect with subjects, capture unique moments, and tell a story through images is a critical part of the profession that AI may not be able to replace completely. And that's to your point. That's exactly what you said, Vahagraphy. So kudos to
Yeah.
him. Cool Horn, you're damn right. Just look at all the filter people use for their selfies on social media. Most people will be okay with AI. That is very sad, and that's exactly my point. Is the next generation of clients are grown up with this technology as a norm that can affect us in the long run because those new people are new potential clients, the next generation, that's where we're going to feel it. So it may not hit us Vahography, right? Looks like we got both have some gray on our chin, but the kids that are 21, 22, 23, as a photographer right now, in 10, 15 years, it's going to bite them harder, I think. That's just me. um but I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, just trying to be a realist.
Or they might not get into it. Like that's the sad part. They might not, the youngsters might not get into the art.
That's a great point. 100%. They might be like,
Well, it's already happening. It's already happening. What are these kids doing all day? You know?
TikTok,
Yeah, it's
TikTok,
just-
TikTok dances.
I'm
Uh,
sorry. I'm sorry whoever loves TikTok, but I hate that app.
I I
I'm not
I
in TikTok.
post, and because I tried looking for you, I tried to tag you, and but then I quickly get off of it. I'll be quite honest. The drunk wedding says, drunk wedding photographer, we have used AI to our advantage. Of course, our what do you think our autofocus system is? It's AI, so it could tell a human from a car. Like that's straight up AI. So there is a good side to it, right? I use it to write Instagram posts. Absolutely, Grammarly. Everybody knows Grammarly. It helps me spell check myself all the time on my desktop because I type too fast, man, and my cat would turn into bat real quick with my clumsy fingers. AI has its place, but yes, we have to be 2 steps ahead. Exactly my point. Exactly. That's all. I'm not trying to, you know, say the sky is falling. Hello, Robert. There we go. So you already know. Shout out to Simon if you need any retouching. Vahagn, do you keep it in the safety deposit box?
I think
Um,
he's asking about my lens.
yes. Yeah. Do you do you go that far?
In a secured location, I'll just put it that way.
Okay. All right. We'll just sit here and ponder where that may be. Okay. Um, Greg says, "Hey, I'm up here." All right, right
The
on,
Bay
brother.
Area.
Oh, that's what's up. He's up in the Bay Area? Damn, that's a solid win. Okay, well, holla at me. I'm gonna be doing a photo walk. I did a thing called hashtag photo hikes, and we just choose some cool locations, get outside the house, and get outside the studio and network. So, Greg, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I will be doing a photo hike. We all just get together and shoot and talk shit about photography and check out some cool scenes.
Hey,
And
I gotta do more of what you do, network, and then like those fashion stuff, like just models and stuff. I gotta start doing more of that because
dude,
I
you're
really enjoy that.
oh my god, you're in the Mecca.
I know my backyard's Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yo, oh my goodness,
Mm,
especially you get credentials. Um yeah, I used to do LA Fashion Week all the time, and that was awesome. I looked so forward to it. So you're there.
I'm
So
there. I'm here, but there's also a lot of competition too.
you're
You
right.
know, but
Uh-huh.
my thing is getting the talent for myself, like having
Mm.
them for myself. I don't want 30 photographers shooting the same thing. I just
Well,
want to be there, just me and the talent.
Copy that. Okay. We'll talk off this,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
And but I do want to do that photo cool challenge, like like 3 photographers, 1 model. Let's see how we all shoot that person. And they did that with Nikon at WPPI, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, I think that'd be fun. Roy says it looks like Nikon has prepared for selling the 1.2 for once. Am I reading this right? It
Yeah,
looks
he's saying that they got him and they made enough of them, so it's in stock.
Oh, for
Yeah.
once, copy that. Oh, yes, absolutely. I know. It seemed I was tired of getting that stupid newsletter. That newsletter became so normal, I'll get it even if I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? And because MPS, and I'm just done. I'm done with that. I just assume I won't see it for a while. That's I don't know. It's kind of normal for me. I like the sound. Oh, there we go. There we go. Little Mario Brothers. Who doesn't like Mario? Chris comes in, got email from MPS today. My 8512 should be in over the weekend. Can't wait. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats to you. Let us know how that works out. Tag us. Tag us. Let's see your photos. Tag us on Instagram. Um, oh, here we go. We have I guess we have a comment to him. Roy says to Mosman, the leaked preview of the 8512 has the LCD window. Otherwise, exactly the same. Oh, interesting. I thought it didn't.
I think that he's the leaked. What is he saying? The
Oh, the
leaked
leaked photo
preview.
had it?
Maybe the fake photo.
Oh, okay.
The fake
Uh-oh,
photo.
fake note photo, fake news, that's what that is. Alright, AP Studio says, "Hey, guys, skip me with the invite."
Yeah, that would.
Alright,
Yeah.
next time, brother, we got you, okay? Hank says, "Old cut the price by a grand on the 85. OLED cut the price by a grand on the 80." Damn. I
That
mean,
means if it had the OLED display, it would be more expensive.
yeah, that's nuts.
I don't
That's
think it would be. Look at the 51 too. It's priced where
22,
2100.
20, yeah, 21, 2200. So,
I don't think
ay,
so.
ay, ay. I don't think so. That's a
He's
lot of money.
joking. Hank, you're joking.
Yeah, I like the little LED. So did I. I thought that was
I,
pretty cool. I
I
like
know. I know. Roy does.
oh,
Me and him had a discussion. I
about
like
that?
it too.
Okay, okay. He says he likes it too. Mosman set comes in with that. J Rod says, question 5. When shooting weddings, do you have an assistant that poses the wedding party, the dresses, etc., or do you do all the work?
Depends. If I have a second shooter, we do that. I don't per se have an assistant. If it's a big wedding and if the budget allows, I would hire an assistant just to assist only, not shoot. But I don't have an assistant. I do all the shooting and I have my second photographer that assists me and shoots.
Copy
Yeah.
that. There you go. Then we have Roy comes back to Mosman. A little LCD window of class. I like that. A little bit of class. I like a little class. Fuji all day, baby. Ayo, well, you are standing by yourself because we're Nikon here right now. All right, so no, Fuji is awesome. I love the color of Fuji, especially the black and white. Fuji is amazing. I almost got a Fuji just for street photography, but I had to be real. I really don't get out that much to do street, so it would have been a gas purchase. But I just love the way the XTs look. They just look sexy. You know what I mean? And they look cool.
The V
Um,
you can't get.
I'm so sorry.
The V you cannot get. The latest one. The XT 100V.
Oh, 100
Oh,
V.
you're talking about the XT. Sorry,
I,
I was thinking about the X100V.
yeah, I was looking at the XTs. I like those, and I thought I saw a post for the XT5. I
Yep.
could have sworn I saw a
Mhm.
post for that. I love my new Fuji. It prints photos. Can your camera do that? Well, yeah, I'd take out the SD card and no, and I put it in my computer and I go press print. So yes, it does. Okay, that's a solid win for Nikon. Okay, but you know what though? I'll have to give this shout out to Nikon. Tell me you haven't experienced this. Um, their app has been working really amazing. Okay. I don't know what young kids they finally got to work in their damn app because that app used to be horrendous. And I'm sitting there using it as a trigger, as a controller, and I'm downloading it straight to my phone. Man, that app is working like a charm with the Z9. what's been your experience? Have you used the app at all? The
Yeah, it works good now.
SnapBridge, right?
Yeah, SnapBridge works great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun. So
Mhm.
shout out to Nikon for that. Mosman agreed. There we go. Roy says 51.2 had made me start using 50 millimeters again. Wow. That's amazing. I might have to give that a Randy Savage.
Oh yeah!
That's fantastic. I do love the 50. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little beefy, but boy, I mean, when you get those photos, you're not complaining too much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't mind the size.
I don't mind this. That's what she said. Hey, all right. Todd comes in. Yep, the Z105 is a very versatile lens. I use it much more than what I expected. Yeah, I know. It's so underrated. It's almost disgusting. I might have to just make a video about that. Anyway, Chris, the Z51-2 here as well. And soon the 85-1-2. That's a win all day. Okay. You guys, I hope you have updated your gym membership because you're gonna need to do some serious squats. You know what I mean? Bicep curls, carry all the stuff. I'll tell you that right now. D-Rock comes in. I have a Fuji, a few Fuji in stacks. Oh, yeah, there you go. Taking it way back, brother. Yeah, he doesn't. He actually has a medium format. He has a GFX. So he's just BSing right here. And but this dude, he's a fine art portrait photographer. Fuji Instax cameras are a lot of fun. I bet they are actually. Have you ever used them? Vahagn?
Nope.
Have you ever no? You know,
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Sorry. My daughter
shaking.
has one.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah,
You hear that, grown men? His daughter has one.
yeah.
No, they stop. All right. Cooley comes in. What do you do that what do you do that make you money? Oh, okay. That's actually a solid question. What is it out of your photography? Where does your income come from mostly? Is it from weddings?
Yeah, weddings,
Okay.
photo shoots, Yep,
Portraits a
yep.
game.
Yeah, more weddings, more events. More
Okay.
events. Yeah,
All right, there you go.
yeah.
Now you're all in his pocket, people. Take notes. Um Cesar. Oh shoot, I'm gonna miss this one. Help me out, brother. Help me out. How do I say it?
Cesar.
Cesar. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. Comes in. Evening, everyone. I miss anything? Yeah, you kind of missed the whole most of the show, but that's all right, brother.
Could rewatch it.
You're still a winner with us. That's right. Smash that like, okay? Share this stuff. We're out here working. Okay. Albert comes in. Heyo, Albert. He says to Roy, did the adapter delivery arrive for you? Well, hopefully he answers you back. And then yes, he did. Not yet. So there you go. Cooley comes back. The main thing. Oh yeah, you know it, man. Cooley's a great supporter. He's always watching. I appreciate that. Roy goes to Albert. This week I'll look for a workaround. There you go. Hey, sometimes you gotta be innovative.
Where
Most
where are you? I think most of these are there because the community likes to chat amongst themselves.
Oh, so I
So
we should
yeah,
okay, let me
it's gonna take you forever to come down.
yeah, you're probably right about that. Kittens are awesome. Da, da, da. There was a question I did see. Yeah, these. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Hold on. Oh well, this person just says thanks to you. Bam. Do you know who Michael is?
Oh yeah, he was asking me about the Henry Hudson to get him on. So he goes, too bad. Thanks, Vahagn.
Gotcha. Does this ring a bell? Got to get Zach
Oh
Airy.
man, Zach Arias, man, I would love to have him on. Where is that guy, Vic? Where I have is he on social media? I
So
love his work.
yeah, post that Vic if you're still there, and then it says Omar is dope too.
Omar Gonzalez.
Yes. Okay. And he says, this person here says, Kevin says, Steve Perry lives in my hometown. Haven't ran into him yet, but he's a great creator.
Yeah.
And look at this. Uh-oh.
Greg.
Greg says, glad to see Robert Silver on Vahagraphy. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I think he might have tuned into yours, but he does come on my channel every once in a while too.
Yeah.
So, but you know
I'm
what?
on I'm on Robert Silver's channel. Well, I mean, I'm streaming on mine, but hey, Greg, what's up, man? I like Greg.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I always got it horned for someone, so there you go. I appreciate that. Let me see. Okay. I'm not booking anyone if they would like to join us. That's fine. Okay. Does that sound familiar?
I'm not booking. Oh yeah, he like I said, Chuck has live streams. So
Okay.
the way he does it is he has a community where anybody could
Oh,
like anybody could join the panel, and you know, and I like that. I like opening it up to anybody
okay.
that wants to join. Yeah,
This must be to your point. You're welcome to join us on
yeah.
AP Studios anytime. Do a drive by, check us out. Streaming live every Wednesday. All right, dope.
What's cool about his show is like his shows can be anywhere from 2 hours to 5 hours. But
What?
you don't have to be there. You could just come in there, say hello, 10 minutes, boom, you're gone. You know what I mean? You don't. It's a community. Come in and out.
And this is on his channel now.
Yeah, Chuck
All right,
AP Studios. Yeah.
AP Studios right
There's
here.
a bunch of APs, but just search AP Studios Nikon, and you'll get the hits.
I found his. I see him here. He has his
There it
gray
is.
hoodie on the top video. AP Studio wants you. Does that sound familiar? And
That's him. That's him. Yeah, that's it.
I
That's
just
Chuck.
subscribed to that channel.
There you go, Chuck. You just got another subscription.
There you go. It's all love. I appreciate it, and I'll be glad to chime in or
Hey,
hang out.
can I comment on something real quick?
Yeah, brother. Absolutely.
So I'm a big fan of shouting out the smaller guy. So I have a I have a track record for doing that on my channel.
Okay.
I've shouted out smaller channels. You know, I want to set the precedent where they don't have to do it, but like I would love for like a 100,000 channel to like have a live stream one day and invite us. Because that would be great too for us. It's exposure.
Absolutely.
It's exposure, and think about it this way: um, if I ever become like 100,000 channel, I would love to do that to the channel that has 1,000 or 500 subscribers. I will tell you a quick little story.
Please do.
Claire from the United Kingdom, she had about 90 subscribers when I shouted her out. It was about 92. Now she's almost to 800, and that was New Year's.
Wait, she started at 92 and now she's at 800?
Yeah, I followed her. When I found her, she was at 80 subscribers, and I did a shout out to her on my channel, and she went up like 500 subscribers and like almost overnight. And she got really motivated to make videos. She's putting out videos like every day now, and then now it's up to like 800 subscribers.
Wow.
So same thing with Chuck. I shouted him out like 2 months ago. I made a video. I dedicated one video for Chuck's live stream because I enjoy that community so much. And a lot of these guys that you see in the comments, they all frequent his channel.
That's for
I'm like,
AP Studio, right?
yeah, I shouted him out. I made a video saying, guys, there he is. Yeah. And he went up 110 subscribers overnight, literally.
There you go. Well, let's do it again. Let's go ahead and support that. So, Chuck, if you're watching, there you go. A big old fat horn's coming your way.
So yeah, man, I'm big on this. I think that more and more, the rising tide lifts all ships. Some people might worry about, oh well, I don't want him to get big because it'll take away from my watch time hours or whatever. I don't know, man. If you're producing great content, if you got it going on, I think the people will watch your videos. Just like I don't want to say that word because I don't know. There's a behind for every seat. In the car business, we used to say that on the lot. By the way, I did that for a couple of maybe 6 months. There's a behind. I don't want to say the A word, but there's a behind for every seat. So go sell cars.
But you know what? That's a serious. I love that mentality. That's a winner mindset right there.
Yeah.
So there we go. So if anybody, go ahead and check out AP Studios. Okay, AP Studios at YouTube, and subscribe. Go support him.
Because
All right.
here's the thing with the photo genre on YouTube. It's not huge, like our genre compared to like finance
Or gaming.
gaming and like friggin' prank video. Like our genre is small, but you got your 5 million subscriber channel, which is you got McKinnon, then you got your Jared Polans and your Northrops,
Matt
and you got
Granger.
Matt Grainer's one
Big
step
though.
below as far as subscriber count.
Yeah.
Then you got your art of photographers, mag rangers, and all that. Then you got your 100,000 subscribers, which is not a lot. But then when you come down to like the 500 subscriber mark and the 800, there's a lot of channels. A lot of channels. Most people quit because they don't see the subscriber count go up that fast and they quit, you know. Just keep it going, keep it rolling, be yourself, you know.
Yeah, I noticed for me, consistency and I think to what you said, be yourself, find your niche, find what you're good at, find what you're passionate about, and just keep plugging away.
Yep.
The secret to success, I think, is just consistency, and it'll never be good enough. Like, oh, it's gotta be that. No, just post the shit. Just post it, move on. You'll learn, you'll get better. It's all good. And it'll never be the right time to start. To your story, you just posted, and that just started it all right there. And some of my most ill um I don't wanna say prepared, but like, I did it with my cell phone or something, was the one that everybody was captivated about, and you just
Yep.
never know, and because the content's really not for you, it's for the viewer, and you'll be amazed. If they find something valuable out of it, they don't care if you made it with two chopsticks in a paper cup, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about your advice, absolutely. Obviously, we have a heck of a lot of folks. I wish that's the only thing I would give a comment to, with StreamYard is, like, how do we make the I guess a lot of this is just conversation, but there
Yeah.
are some tidbits in there, and I can't weed through this. This is just absolute
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Um, okay, so with all that said, what is ultimately that you would like to the takeaway for photographers that are trying to get their brand out there, make their mark in this ever-changing landscape? What is something you would like to give them a little message of hope, inspiration?
Um, get good with the craft, study the people that came before you, know what
Mm.
they've done, respect them, everybody wants to be that hip, trendy, photographer with the latte in hand and you know what I mean? But just have a good attitude and respect one another. Like I said, learn photography, learn the craft, learn the history, and know what you want to shoot. Because don't go out there and think that your friend is making money at weddings and you want to be a wedding photographer. Well, if you want to be a wedding photographer, then first of all, do you like being a wedding photographer? And second, uh, put in the time to learn the craft,
Mm.
but be patient and enjoy the process. But see, photography can be a lot of things for like different people. Photography could be a hobby for people. So it's not necessarily you make money in photography. You might love it to go out and shoot, get away from everyday life. And most people that buy these expensive lenses and cameras, that's what they are. They don't make money. They go out because they love it. They go shoot. So I don't know any wildlife photographer that I don't know any personally that is. There are people out there, but I don't know wildlife photographer that most of them I know they just shoot for themselves. They don't shoot for National Geographic. You feel me? So just take it one day at a time, enjoy the process, and stick with it. And yeah.
I think that's I appreciate that advice. I'm sure aside from your followers, mine as well
Or
appreciate.
one more thing. Be
Oh yeah.
yourself. Well, be yourself.
Oh, for
Just
me?
be no, 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 for everybody. Like your last question was, what can what advice would you give somebody that be yourself? You know what I mean? That's the most important thing.
I I I couldn't agree more, especially the way things are going, as I said earlier, with technology and everything. Being yourself is the one thing that can't be replicated. No algorithm can be Vahagraphy, as much as it may try. So, absolutely, be yourself and just be tenacious. Just don't give up. One foot in front of the other. It's a marathon, not a race. And
Exactly.
that I have to I still have to remind myself that when I'm like the video didn't hit a particular way or my short didn't go somewhere. And it's
Oh
just
yeah.
like, it
Yeah.
is what it is. And there's tomorrow. What's the takeaway? And the winners are those who just keep consistently putting one foot in front of the other. It's
Yeah.
to me, that's what I've noticed. That's the one thing I notice about you is like use one foot in front of the other. Next video, next video, next video, and then people start seeing your results. Proof is in the pudding.
Well. Wait. That's one thing I'm maybe gonna change, because what I want to do is not stop, but like put out less content, but better content, less frequently. I am gonna have my Vahagraphy talk every Tuesday, live stream. By the way, guys, I'm changing it to live stream because it's been pre-recorded. But I am doing live streams. The live streams are back every Tuesday. I'm debating on the hours, but it's going to be consistent. I used to do it Tuesdays, and then I stopped. I got burned out. But that, and then make videos that are like better, more authentic, and just spend time editing them and just putting it together. Because I made videos in the past where I just half-ass it, fast. But then the videos that I really spent time with it and I attention to detail, those videos, people really see that. They see that your attention to
effort,
detail. Yeah, you see it in the comments. People are not stupid on YouTube. People know. People
I can
can
tell
see.
by the comments.
Yeah.
They're watching and they notice, for good and for bad, right? When you're improving and
Yeah.
then the other way around for sure. And they reward you when you're consistent. I don't know how many times I keep saying that. They appreciate that if it's Thursday, it's going to be Thursday. And I started to notice that, I've less than half the followers you do, but the ones that do tune in are the same faces, the same people. Then it becomes a family, a community, if you will, and they're consistently supporting you because they can rely on your consistency of being on Thursdays for me, for example. And so that's the least we could do as creators, is to be consistent and to provide value for our followers for taking the time to support us.
Yeah, I'm
So
still it's a work in progress for me. It always is. So
there you go, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There you go. I think we all are, if we want to admit it. Okay, now, woo.
coming on 2 hours.
I know, brother. Well, don't worry. This is downhill. We're downhill, no brakes, brother, right here. All right. So I want to, of course, give a big shout out to you, my friend, for putting up with all of my noisy antics. Okay. With that said, we are hitting toward the end. Vahagraphy, where in the world can they find you, brother? Come on now, hit them up.
Just YouTube, Vahagraphy,
Okay.
not photography, Vahagraphy. That my first name is Vahagn. It's an
Okay.
Armenian name, Vahagn. But I said, you know what? Vahagraphy? No,
like
photography, Vahagraphy, combine them both.
Yeah.
And that's basically where that came from. But Vahagraphy on YouTube.
Okay.
If you don't know how to spell Vahagraphy, I'm sure if you do a search on Z8, you'll see one of my videos. Or if you do a search on like a review, my videos come up. Vahagraphy on YouTube and Instagram, Vahagraphy.
Awesome. Make sure you go follow him. Both the links are in the description section down below. The featured product today is for Nikon Z9. That link, if you haven't known about the Z9, you're definitely underneath two rocks. But the link is down below. Subscribe to my channel, please do that, as well as Vahagraphies. All right. Next week, everyone, next episode is going to be dealing with rejection. That's right. That's an obstacle we all face and we have to overcome. But if done right, you come out even stronger and smarter. Okay. So that's what the next episode is going to be about. If Vahagraphy feels like jumping in on that one, feel free, brother. You're always welcome. And anybody else. Okay. Of course, if you haven't been following me, shame on you. All right. Shame. Now, go ahead. Facebook, Robert Silver-Photography. Instagram at Robert Silver-Photography. And TikTok, it don't stop, Robert Silver-Photography. And on Twitter as well. Best place to show you love. It only starts at $5. Come on now. Don't be cheap. It's a cup of coffee at patreon.com, at robertsilverphotography.com, where I share daily educational photography content, news, and business tips and tricks. All right. So, with that said, let's give our guest a round of applause.
I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat too. Really appreciate it. Robert, thank you for having me. This was a great experience, and like I said, I enjoyed myself here. And I got to get with you with the Patreon stuff and all that. But
Oh yeah, bro.
we'll talk.
100%. We'll just jump on a Zoom or something. But
Yeah, because
I'll email you tomorrow because I know just to catch up. We
Yeah.
definitely deserve our rest right now. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching another episode of Let's Talk Photography. Until next time, I'm Robert Silver. Keep shooting and stay creative.